買個 greenhouse。
未啊，要2個人嘅，淨係我自己落去。不過我開佢嚟睇睇咯，或者可以開始，咁都可能得。係咁 ，Hi, we are live.
Hello,
I'm
morning.
reading my book, Thriving at Nature's Pace, with my mum. We've been doing this for a bit. So what I want to do, because Mum said she didn't really understand what the Thrive contracts were about, so I thought I would explain it. Take this pause in the middle. We're about halfway through the book, so that would be a good time to think that. So the idea is that we have to use this oil and gas and coal that we have, but we can't use them all because they pollute our world, our air, and actually make our weather change in ways that we end up with either flooding or drought and ways that we can't expect. And our whole life today relies really on the weather being quite predictable, because otherwise the food doesn't get to our shop. Very simply, it's actually quite important in that way. So we want to be able to understand how we can make it so that we don't use them all, we don't use too much, and it's very difficult because we use it also to light our light, to be able to bring food to the shop and all those things. So it's about understanding who we are and how we can actually give back to nature the things that we don't want to use and have a better relationship with nature, which will mean we're going to have to do a bit less of rushing around from here to there, more of staying as where we are and being who we are. And the idea of Thrive contracts is that you can't really, you need people to be able to make their own choice. So if I were to tell Mum that actually, there are, for her, she's 91, and each one of us has something like a few 800 odd barrels in terms of how many there are in the world that could be asked to use. And you're 91, and you probably used very little. You probably only used something like 100 in your whole life. Whereas my sister has probably used like 1,600 in her life because she travels a lot for work. She has to go to all these places. So that you can go along and say, you know what, I can actually say, I want those barrels I don't use to be mine, so no one else can use it. So that means you need to be able to somehow buy them in that way. And so Thrive contracts allow you to do that, one barrel at a time. And when they are in the ground, they don't cost that much. They cost a few dollars. So it's quite easy for people to do. It's just that we don't have the contract to do that. So if you bought it, you can then have a choice. You can then say, I don't want it used. And the best way to do that is to say, this is for nature. And nature will reward you with a certificate, but that certificate is also a coin. So it's like a share certificate is worth money. So this kind of certificate is also a coin, but it's nature's coin. So you're allowing nature to offer you a coin for doing that. And you can give this to, to me or other people, and they can use it knowing that this is because you haven't used that, and they can do the same themselves. Or you can say, to my sister, you need to keep traveling, so I'll allow you to use it. I'll give that to you so that you can use it. And so that idea, what you can buy so that you can have that choice of what happens to them, is a contract that I call a Thrive contract between you and the people who at the moment own these, which are our governments. So at the moment, the governments are trying to say they need money to make the transition. So this is a way in which people who are building a business can say, I am building a business that you think you need the money for. So why don't we partner together? And we build a business together, but you give me those contracts for me. And then I can decide what to do with them and so on. So that's the idea of Thrive contracts. So it's a way for you to be in charge of whether the oil and gas and coal you don't want to use or that you may want to use can be your choice. And that changes the way in which the industry works. It changes the way in which our business works. And it gives us more of a sense that our future is something that we can shape ourselves and not something that just comes charging at us that way.
But like Teresa, you can buy that.
She can do as well. And then that's in a way is what she needs to do, because then she has to pay the true cost herself. At the moment, who's the people paying for the cost of extracting and so on is actually you. It's all the people who use it today are paying for the cost of extracting them out and paying for and other people being able to use them tomorrow. So at the moment, we are all subsidizing it by the ones that we need to use. This way makes it possible to say, if you need it tomorrow, if you need it in 5 years' time to go and do your traveling and all those things, you need to buy them for the few you need, and you need to pay the full cost yourself. So that allows us to actually say that we are actually paying for the cost of hurting our environment before it's done. Whereas at the moment, it's easy because someone else is paying for it. So we can then say, oh, they need to pay more to fix it, but we are the ones who are doing it. So it means that my sister will actually have to say, ooh, this is costing me more, I'm not going to do that. Or maybe it's okay, I like doing it, I'm going to keep doing it. So those are the Thrive contracts. So that's from my book, Thriving at Nature's Pace. I'm going to have to make a quick dash because I have a meeting I have to go to. My mum was joking. I came here today, I'm wearing trousers. I usually wear shorts. It's the first time in a very long time. It's because I'm meeting some people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, yes.
You wear trousers.
Yes, I think my mum liked that. Okay, bye for everybody.
Bye.
Bye. We'll carry on with the reading tomorrow. Maybe not tomorrow. I think I'll be in Friendship.
Yeah.
So maybe next week.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye-bye, everyone.
Yeah.
Thriving at Nature's Pace is about new approaches
Yeah.
to climate change.
See you on Saturday.
Yes. There you go. So.